Actually, afternoon, everyone. Natasha, I would like you to help me with starting this whole process. I see that we've got quite a few people that logged in this morning, and I'm really so chuffed to take you through the functionality of this platform. I'm just going to, before I'm starting, there's some information that I need from everyone, and I would like you to please use your chat and give me a bit of feedback on what is your expectation from this webinar. Yes, I can show a lot, and then I might miss your need, and why are you really attending this webinar. I'm chuffed that everyone is on the webinar at the moment. And I would like to just have your inputs as well. Let's give it a 2-minute exercise where you just actually put in your chat, what is it that you would like to see? We talk about this platform, the FSP Future Skills platform, but do you know what it is all about, and what would you like to see if I take you through this webinar? All right, thanks a lot. Can I give it about 2 minutes? It's 6 minutes past 12 and 8 minutes past 12, and then we can formally really kick off this session, Natasha, if it's fine with yourself.
Absolutely, Wardie.
Thank you so much. And I'm so glad to see different people joining this webinars. It's quite encouraging for me. I'm not sure if you joined the previous one. That was really all about the content-driven side of it. This webinar, I'm going to take you through. I'm really going to take you through the functionality, how this system is set together, where it comes from, and then just quickly jump into the platform for the people that did not see the platform. That is what I would like to do in this session. Deborah, she said, I have a little knowledge about on the FSP, and I'm here to get more details, information about what it is all about and how we can perhaps collaborate, drive youth employment. Correct. Thanks. That's already giving me an idea where to go with the presentation itself. Thanks, Deborah. Okay, that's a very good one. I like the response that I'm getting, and internally I'm smiling because this is valuable questions. So to be honest, if I had to do this whole presentation, then I might have missed this one. I would like to learn more about the top learning pathways that are available to candidates to choose from. This is a really valid question, and hold me to it because I'm getting so excited on the functionality of the platform that I normally miss this type of question. I'm really so excited to answer that question, but please hold me to it. I would like to give you a proper answer on this as well. Anything else? We've got a minute to go, and then I can start with my presentation. Come on, out of the 12, only 2 asked some questions. Just say something. I know this is tempting. If you ask me to do it, to ask questions on chat and any a virtual environment or a virtual meeting, I'm sort of the last one that really would like to respond or give a comment. So I do understand, but if possible, try to just give me an indication, because if I switch over to presentation mode, then I might miss all the questions that's coming in. And this is where I would like, Natasha, if you can just really help me with questions that's coming in. Yeah, thanks, Stacey. I'm glad that you also joined. And then Wardie, I would like to understand FSP and the GBS sector, and how we can support the sector to attract investment. That one might be a tough one, but I will see if there's someone that can actually help me with this as well. All right. Yeah, that's Stacey. There is so much new that's coming to the platform, and I would like to show that as well. All right, guys, I am going to start sharing my screen and start sharing the presentation that I want to do today. Just bear with me. I just want to get to the correct one. Hopefully that's the one that I can share. No, that is not. That is actually this one that I want to share. Stop sharing. I'm going to share again. Where is this? Okay. Natasha, just tell me as soon as you can see. Can you see the screen?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Thank you so much. Okay, thanks for that input in this before we start, but please continue and adding your questions as we go. I am really a person that don't want to do a sort of a monotonish type of a presentation, and your involvement in during what we're going through, it's very important that you need to jump in. I am, unfortunately, to tell you more about the Future Skills platform. It's a bit of PowerPoint slides, but I will take you into the platform itself and also address that one question about the pathways, and then also address the question about what does the future look like for the FSP. That is what I would like to address. The outcome, please, the outcome of this session, this webinar, is really the interaction afterwards. That is so important for us to interact with each other. And Natasha, I would like you to put in, if you've got my email address, put it in the chat, and also the ones of Judy, so that we can, after the session, interact with you and give you more information. The session in itself is too short to give you all the information that is required. Okay. My first slide that I want to share with you is, I'm just going in presentation mode. This first slide is, where does EdCast come from? And we've got this super guys, Carl Meta, that founded the EdCast in 2013 already. And there was a reason why he actually founded that the platform. He battled. He was in a big organization. He battled to use an LMS to get to the content that he wants at that point, because we continuous learning in the workplace. And the LMS is sort of, if you are familiar with learning management system, it's a very strong administrative driven technology. Good, I've grew up with it. I've been in this environment from 2000. Bearing on that, just to give you a bit of feedback from myself, I started up with the session just with a bang. My name is Wardie O'Neill. I am the Future Skills Platform SME. I'm looking at the full functionality and support the team and the full functionality of the LXP, of the FSP. So I'm also looking at futuristic, what is coming down the line. How can we use that functions in EdCast, or how can we support EdCast by using in additional functions coming in all the time? All right, so that is a bit of background from myself. And the reason for presenting this webinar is really to encourage you to find out more. It's as I said, in this session, I cannot really go and answer all the questions, but this webinar opens the door for me to really put my passion where it is, showing you more functionality where we go. I like the core values of EdCast. And it's say, I dream, and that was actually coming from Carl itself. He dreamed about a platform that you can, that's almost the same as Google, and go outside of the boundaries of your LMS, but also using a structured type of content where it's properly categorized, properly vetted, and you can actually go through the content and be sure it's not on Google. That's not all that opinions that's coming from Google. So and also the ease of because you become a learner, you can share content that is on that you like and you want to share it with someone. With an LMS, you cannot do that. It's really, as I said, quite a very big administrative environment. And I've been through it. That was my frustration as well. You've got all this content, but it's not addressing what the learners need at that moment. And with EdCast, we try and we are achieving that. Going to the next slide, I'm just going to show you the key features of the platform. And remember that when I said that with the LMSs, there was the person that's in the middle. We need to onboard this person, but she needs to get in touch with experts. Let me just go back one. And then the experts would tell her, all right, some of the content that you want to go through is on our SharePoint. That is on the G Drive, all the places where you as a person store your information, but you want to share it with Annie. And Annie, every time that she needs to get in touch with something new, she needs to log in or needs to have access to that platform itself. But also the expert will tell you, you know, there is really good content available, but it's on either on LinkedIn, it's on Coursera, it's on all these other platforms. Again, one thing, have you got a license? Can I sign in? It's again, it's a different point of signing in. And then also coming out of all this, there's a lot of information on YouTube that is not on typically on an LMS. There's the TED Talks, your MIT, all those type of content is available there, but it's not in one place and it's not sort of in a structure that I can really go through a learning journey and putting all these into one place. and then the business will also tell you, listen, all our business related content and specific to the role that you've got is on our LMS. And that's a separate login. So you need to log into that. So for a learner or a new user or a new employee to be onboarded, it becomes really a big nightmare. Then on the other side is she's also got access to Slack and your normal platform where we're using our Microsoft Office. So that's also on the other side. But what is the possibility? What is the possibility for us to have all these incorporate with the right-hand side? Okay, this is just to give you a multiple access and a loss of productivity. You battle to get information. And with ITCAST, what we've done, what Carl and the team has done, they've done a brilliant job. All these, you've got our future skills knowledge cloud, where it's a machine learning, artificial intelligence. It looks at your skills or your requirement. What do you want to learn? And it pulls all these information, all these blocks that was separate in the first time. It pulls it into one umbrella so that you've got access to it. But on the other side, you've got access to it not only using the web or the mobile side of the knowledge cloud or the LXP, you can actually access it via one of these other apps as well, even through Teams, and I will show that to you. So it's just in the workplace, I can have access to the knowledge cloud. And the whole function about it is we aggregate, create, curate, and target and analyze. All these are factors that we pull in together to really make it very successful for the learner. All right, the next slide. I want to just look at what the LXP offers and what are part of not only the LXP. And I'm taking you through this because when I take you through a demo, you will only see the LXP, but no, behind that, there is technology that we use that is really to great value for the organization. One of those are the digital readiness assessment, the first step towards future-ready workforce. Why am I showing you? There's such a rich amount of assessments pre-created already for you to test the knowledge, the skills and behavior for the employees. I will take you into Metal and show you that. The next application that I am super excited about is the ITCAST Marketplace. We managed to incorporate ITCAST Marketplace. What is it? So that's my slide is not correctly. ITCAST Marketplace is actually a platform where a global content platform. So it's not only the content on the LXP that on FSP, but it's a global platform for content where you as a buyer, you register for as a buyer, and you can extract that content, and we will put that content for you on the LXP, so that you can either pay for the content or there is free content. But I'll open that so that you can see really the big amount of information. Then on the other side, that we also start exploring as one functionality on the LXP, that's the My Guide, really to help you people onboarding and adopt the platform to its fullest. So we are enabling this at the moment, and we are going to give that type of skills through to you where you can use it in your organization itself. All right, sorry, I'm just running through a few slides, but briefly, and then I will take you into the application. Content, where's the content coming from? I'm going to log in, and you will see currently I think we're at 64,000 pieces of articles on the platform. But where's it coming from? You can internally create content, and that's what Judy showed last week or the previous on a previous webinar. If we missed it, this is where I want you to come back to me afterwards and say, all right, can you share with me what was said in the previous webinar? And that's what we're trying to do, is we're trying to get these webinars to flow into each other and upskill or show my audience exactly what the powerful tool that we've got at the moment. Then there's partners. Internally we create, I will show you some of that content. Then there's partner content and courses. This is where either you can put content onto the platform itself and share it with everyone, or we're going to use the EdCast Marketplace, specific in this area, where you can either produce content and sell it on Marketplace into the FSP. All right. And if there's any questions about this, what I'm telling you now, and you're not sure, please put it onto chat so that I can follow up afterwards. So what the EdCast Marketplace actually do, it's putting content available to the audience out there that they can either purchase or have it for free, or and you as a content provider, or either you're an instructor, you can actually make yourself available for giving as an instructor to instruct classes. So you as an organization don't need to go out there and search in the open field for instructors on a specific topic. It's already in the EdCast Marketplace. So you can choose the instructors that you want to use on top of the content that is available onto Marketplace. AI-driven curated, this is where the tool is really powerful. What we do when we set up the LXP, we identified credible content sources, and like for instance Harvard and multiple others. We set up links so that the AI engine goes into that content provider or the information provider and pull that into the LXP and make that available. And if you want a certain topic, because it's AI driven and it looks at your profile and what your search capability is, it will pull that information and so that you can read it. But on the other side, we've got a very strong leg, and we're trying to develop this on SMEs. If you're a SME and you feel that you can add value to the FSP platform, please put up your hand and let's engage with you, and let's help you so that you can actually add value. Because I totally believe if I add value to someone else, is something that I learn. I learn more by adding giving feedback as a subject matter expert. Then on the other side, because the learners are accessing it, so they can share content. If they see a piece of article, they can share it with their peers and so on. So it makes it very easy for them to share between the peers. And this is where the LMS cannot do. You cannot do that. You cannot share content between your peers. So in a sense, you are enriching the platform by sharing content with your peers as well. So that's our content sources. I am going to take you high level. I'll take you through this. It's just for you to understand what is the ontology for curating on the platform. The platform, I'm starting at the left-hand side, or on the right-hand side. You need to have groupings. Remember I said, if I go onto Google, all content is there. But what we do with FSP is all that content that we receive, we put them into a carousel. That's a category, high-level category. And in the carousel, we've got channels, subcategories. So of that content. So it's more precise and guided. So it's not all open in the field out there. So it helps you with getting to the point of learning much quicker. All right, that's how we organize our content. Our content consists of smart cards, I will show that, pathways, and journeys. So a smart card is the smallest unit of information. And then we go from there to, we add a few smart cards together to form a more structured learning, and we call it a pathway. And these pathways can be put into journeys as well. All right, that is some of the slides that have been shared last week. So if I go in here, I'm not going to show too much more. So the open content library, there is a lot. We talk about over 900 pathways that is in this, especially around professional skills, emerging technology. I will show that because that was the question that was asked. All right. So then how do I encourage my learners? By really if they go through the pathways, they can actually award themselves with a badge, completing a pathway. But this badge is not only for encouragement of the self to getting badges, and I must tell you that we ran a project last year in the Eastern Cape. These people only had access to the platform via a mobile. And some of them really went out and earned badges, up to 120 badges. So that helps them with their CV. And I will show that as well. So all these can be shared. So if I've got a badge, I can share this on LinkedIn. So machine learning versus deep learning was one of my topics. And I share that onto LinkedIn. What does it mean for the learner? It means exposure to the market out there and know exactly what the skills is that they're getting through the FSP. There's also a functionality that I can download and resume or everything that I've done on the platform. I can quickly show that as well. All right. Then, as I said, we've got our subject matter experts, and then I will also show the functionality of groups. Very important. You know, I can drive any system, but if there's not proper reporting and we lack in reporting, then everything falls flat. And I really can say that here with this platform, we use Google Looker. It's a powerful platform for gathering data from what we're doing. Everything that a learner do on the platform, it gathers that information and we can report back on it. All right. So then internally, what we've done, and this is where Longisa plays a very big role and can support everyone on the platform. We've got a dashboard that is interactive, that is Power BI driven. And this detail of information, I can drill down in each of these blocks and it will give you more information. Okay, then this is one of the reports that Longisa is putting. So that is our user engagement. Then I just want to take you through to the team, and then I'll jump over to the demo. The team at the moment, and this is a functional team. This is our solution architect team, myself, Carl, and Renee. And by all means, get in touch with them even after this webinar, and they will support you totally in that. And then we've got Judy as our content stream lead, and she's doing a wonderful work on the content. I will also brag about that a bit. And then we've got our brilliant team of operational help desk support team in the background that is actually also driven by Renee, and she is also heading that area. And then we've got customer engagement and marketing. Sibo, he's always there to support and make sure that whatever you do on the platform, that has been noticed, and we can put that on to social for you as well. That's in short, quickly, my presentation. All right, any questions up to now? You can request to unmute. And then if you request to unmute, just ask a question or use the chat. Okay, I see that Natasha already put onto the chat itself. So is there anything that you, out of this presentation, before I jump over into the functionality of the platform itself? Any questions so far? Nothing at the moment. Let me share my screen, and I am going to take you through to, I hope this is the correct one. Let me share it. Okay, first, I would like to, bear in mind with what you just saw, the LXP is the learning platform itself. So you're getting access through to this either via your web, as I'm showing at the moment, or mobile functionality. And you also, I think it's in the first slide where Carl said that it's mobile first. When they started creating this platform, it's really for mobile. And eventually they went over to web to make it available on the web. All right, so functionality-wise, I'm going to take you through two personas or two scenarios. The one is the learner, and the other one will be the curator. That's been dealt with last week, but I just want to get to the point where you see the two different areas. What is the learner experience? What is it in for the learner? How can they leverage from this access? One thing that I would like to mention is that for the learner, and that's based on the context that we put out, the learners got access to this platform for a year. And they can really go into and go through all the content that is available on the platform itself. All right. So first thing, when you log in as a learner, you need to put in your interest. What do I really want to learn? And based on that input that you're giving to the system, remember it's AI driven, almost the same as Pinterest. It will really go and populate every day. It populates it with new, either a card or a video, and you can see that Judy created complete project management body of knowledge. And because one of my interests is project management, it actually pushed this content, even if it's inside of coming from outside, it pushed it into my interest for today. And I can really go from here and either view view this card, or I can really assign myself to this card. So it becomes part of the learning that I need to go through. Because when I log in, I haven't got always the time really to go through an article now, but I can either go and bookmark it, or like there, I can bookmark it and it saves it for me for when I want to go through it. All right. Again, this is a smart card. That's our smallest unit. All right. So again, then I've got the My Feed. I'm really not going to spend too much on this. My Feed actually is, I am following people. I am following certain channels, and everything that changed. And so like, for instance, Judy putting up a new content, I'm following her, it will be in my feed. So here you can see Carol created something, and because I follow Carol, that is coming through to me. And based on what the others in my team read, it will pop up in this area of my feed. So that's where I am. I am in this process of fearing of missing out. So my feed helped me to see what my peers are doing, and also what is recommended, not only in my interest field, but also what is recommended by the system itself. And from there on, I've got certain assignments. Remember, I assigned a card. I can assign a card to me, but why am I going in here? Just to show you the difference. I showed you a pathway, a smart card. Now I'm going to show you, if I add smart cards together, and just by clicking on it, this is a pathway, and and there you can see this is all the cards that's in that specific pathway. All right, so this gives you an idea of a pathway, and if I complete, this is a progression as I go through the cards itself, it will progress to a point where I actually earn myself a badge for this. All right, go back. That gives you an idea of a pathway. But what we've done now also is we've added all these pathways together and it forms a journey. A journey is you can see there, this was specific for careers IT, but each of these are pathways with smart cards in it itself. So this helps the learner to go through a systematic process through all the content related to build this up. All right, and by completing this journey, that is the Careers Work Readiness Bootcamp, they will get this badge that they can actually go and put onto LinkedIn itself. All right, so it gives you an idea now. With my learning, I've given you an idea of what is a smart card, what is a pathway, and what is a journey. That just gives you the structure. All right, what we normally do with companies joining or be part of it is we put them into a group, and that is specific. That group, it allows you to create content only visible for yourself and your company and then people in that group itself. no one else can see. That's where the privacy comes in. I can put content onto the platform. It's only for my employees, and only my employees can see it. So what we've done with that is, as soon as the learner logs in, yes, you can see all this, but we already guiding to a group itself. And in the group, I'm just going to use one group itself, Dundee Digital Hub. This is how the group is set up, and we set that up for you, or we actually guide you or help you setting it up for yourself so that you're in control of your group itself. So in here, they get inspired with cards in there that they can go through. So in the group, you can go through work readiness. So there's different tabs that we can put on. This is content only visible to Digital Skills Hub. All right, and here you can see how much group members is there. I can actually click on the leaderboard, and it shows me who is the top performer in that group itself. All right, so this is encouraging to learners. They want to be first. And if they see if they've got access to the same view, and so that will really push them to do more work and learn more, because every action that you do on the system, it gives you points. If I complete a pathway, it gives me points. If I like the content, if I comment on the content, and if I share the content with peers, it gives me actually points. And that is cumulative, building up to your leaderboard, where you are and comparing to the others itself in the group itself. So this is a group functionality where it's structured content for the group. So we guide the learner immediately from my interest to the group where the structured learning is and where they can go through the content itself. All right, but again, and it comes to the point where you ask that question, what is the top 10 pathways? That is a report that I can run. But where is all this content? You see that the group is more structured and more focused type of learning. But what we encourage the learners is go to the explore button. And this is where a lot of the content, even our marketplace, we're going to link that up with the explore. So here we've got getting started, and this is again, as I said, grouping. This is my carousel, and in the carousel there's channels, and in the channels there is either smart cards or there is pathways. There's work readiness. There's the topics there, entry level GPS. I think that was one question as well. So it gives you all content related to the entry level GPS, the professional skills and emerging technology. And currently, before we getting into marketplace, around about, I would say 80% of badge carrying content is in this professional and emerging technology. And I think I said 900 pathways that is split up in this area. So my interest still is continuous learning. If I go to continuous learning, and then it will pull up all the articles, but it will also give me the save. It will give me all the opportunities of what is available in here, in that specific subcategory that we want to go through. All right, and then if I go one back, And please, you need to stop me. If you're not sure and if I missed something, please jump in and help me to guide you in the right direction. If I go, for instance, and this is where there is a lot of focus at the moment, is what is the learning? How do I make my learners future fit, ready for the technology world? And this is, for instance, under artificial intelligence. Here we've got the card types. Let me just say, let me just go here. I just want to pull out the pathways. There's 17 pathways in this one. Save. So already you can see that this is the pathways that I'm talking. And as I said, we received another additional, then this was part of the 300. We've received an additional 600. So here is the pathways that you can really, if you're on a platform, what we do is we take this pathway and put it into your group where they've got access to it. But it's not stopping the learner to really go and search for pathways that are actually going to give access to giving more information related to certain topics. I'm going to stop there now. Is there any questions that I might have missed just now?
Wardie, I don't see any questions, but just a comment regarding the presentations. I just wanted to assure everybody that whoever is on today and who's registered to be an attendee will receive the presentation and recording.
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad you mentioned this. We're going to share the presentation. But I would like to invite you, if there's any point in that presentation that you need more information, I will give that free through to you. Because the more I empower you to understand this magnitude of tool that we've got, it's unfair for me to do this in one presentation. But there is much more additional information that I can share with you that will support you in making you comfortable, empower you to really talk about the FSP and the platform itself. All right, that's my invitation. I'm really prepared to get onto one-to-one with you and share with you more information. All right, so what I've showed just now is the functionality on the platform related to the learner. I've got 5 minutes, a bit more than I just want to leave some. So this was dealt with in the previous webinar. Yes, I'm a learner and I can see all this, but I can be awarded more privileges on the system so that I can be a curator, an SME, create content on the platform itself. This is where I want you to play a role, because please put up your hand. We need our environment, out of our sector. We want people that can add value by adding on articles or referring to articles. So if you're a curator, you've got this button, curate, and you can create a smart card, pathway, and journey, and also groups. So that is just how you create, and it's very easy. If I just go on to a smart card, the ability to upload a link, you can upload content, you can do a poll, quiz, text card, SCORM file. All this is outside of my presentation. But this is where I want to add value to this webinar. Is if you've got any questions on what type of content can we upload, how can we do it, and that's where I would jump in and support you afterwards. So I see this as this webinar as really as just introduce myself, introduce the platform, but I want you to really engage with us afterwards. I want you to be so enabled so that you can run with it yourself as well. Right, so I showed you the groups, I showed you functionality. The normal learner hasn't got this creative functionality. So you need to be awarded that so that you can actually add value onto the platform itself. All right, then I would like to also show some other functionality. That's my guide. Let me just go, how can I just stop sharing? Just bear with me. I'm going to share my screen again. I just want to jump between to another platform. Share. Okay. One thing that I want to show, and this is part, again, I've got one slide about EdCard Marketplace, but there's so much more behind that slide. That is what I want to share with you. And here you can see remember this EdCard Marketplace is a global marketplace. It's not a South African. So we use that global marketplace to source for the best content available in the market. So these 2,500 verified business buyers, people that really use the content that's on the marketplace. These more than 20,000 learning products on the marketplace. Forget about what's on the LXP. There is much more available. And then we've got more than 1,500 content partners. And you know what? You can become part of this content partners as well. So for you to put your content onto an international marketplace where they can actually buy your content. All right. So just quickly jumping to the catalog, just to show you the different categories that is in the compliance. If I go to finance, leadership and management, all this are categories with subcategories in the marketplace. And then, yeah, there's more. So again, I would like you to really engage with me afterwards, and so that we can give you more information around this. What is the services that's been offered? Yeah, I can just show you. You can be an on marketplace if you can qualify yourself as an instructor on a topic. And because you're an instructor, you've got a value that you can add. So if they use you internationally as an instructor, they've got access to your profile as well. And what is the courses? So again, for me to do it very quickly is going to be very difficult. I see we run out of time. Just quickly, Myrtle. I showed you Myrtle, and what I want to do is to really show you the richness of the assessments behind Myrtle. So there's all this assessment that you've got access to it for free. That's part of your license. The learners, and you can assess learners based on all this different categories. It's there, so you don't need to go and create and be this creative person. It's helping us to create use assessment that's already created there. All right, that's Myrtle. And then on the other side, it's your My Guide. This is really helping people to navigate your product, so you can create videos. You can be very creative. How do I onboard my people? And using My Guide as well. I see you that we're running out of time, Natasha. So is there anything that you guys need from me now? As I said, this is a really a personal, open invitation to everyone to get in touch with me after the session, and let's engage and see how we can give you access. We can give you access to the preview instance where you can go and play around, be a curator, play around. We can give you access, temporary access to the production environment where you can really go and explore yourself. And if you're out of that, if you need any information, just get in touch with us. All right. Thanks for your time. Natasha, anything from in the background before I stop sharing?
No, Wardie, thank you very much for an insightful presentation. I see a question from Bharti Daya, and I would just encourage Bharti to just send an email so he can connect with you. Otherwise, all good from my side, and hopefully everybody who's participated here will have the opportunity to connect with you. Thank you very much, Wardie.
Thank you. I'm just quickly putting in my email address in the chat so that they can get in touch with me. Just bear with me.
Wardie, I had previously put your email address in the chat section.
Oh, you're a star. Thank you so much. All right, guys. Thanks a lot, and thanks for your time. Hope to hear from you as in a minute after this webinar. It will be very good to get in touch with you. All right. Thank you so much, and enjoy your rest of the day and the weekend. Use this short week as well to your advantage. Thank you so much.